Hello and welcome to the last match. We are on the play. Sorry. This is a pretty good one-lander, so we're gonna keep. Okay, since we have a white spell, I'm gonna fetch a Sacred Foundry over Stomping Ground. I mean, it's gonna suck a bit if we draw Nacatl, but I'd rather make sure that we can cast a Boros Charm if we draw any non-white source. Okay, we have some information. Windswept Heath. So most likely some kind of Abzan. No. That looks like it's probably elves. Since Windswept Heath usually wouldn't be an Infect, but the Gitaxian Probe makes it a lot more likely that it's Infect. Yep, it's Infect. It's a pretty reasonable matchup, but having only one land really comes back to bite us here. I'm gonna suspend the Rift Bolt and attack. Given how creature heavy and land light our draw is, we're probably just gonna lose game 1 here. Matchup is pretty reasonable, but you need interaction and mana. Otherwise, you're just gonna die. Because they can outmaneuver us too well if we are constrained on mana or don't have much interaction. Like here, for example, he probably just has some kind of spell to stop our Rift Bolt. Maybe Pendelhaven with a Denecros. Maybe an actual spell, not sure. Yep, Apostle's Blessing. Also stops our attack. That's inconvenient. Fetch land would be good. Oh, regular land will do as well. Lavamancer is really great in that matchup, but him having Pendelhaven and us only one activation is definitely a problem. Interesting, Zero Vision before fetch. That's weird. Should have probably fetched first, but he bought him twice anyway. But even then, he's like gonna shuffle the 2 cards that he doesn't want to draw back in. I wonder what his hand is that he's like not attacking there. Keeps flipping lands to my Goblin Guide, that's pretty good. I think he definitely should block before he does what he did there. But, oh well, doesn't really make a difference here. At least he has no good block. We're probably just gonna die now, but not much we can do about it. think given the fact that he fetched, is probably because he plans on killing us. Interesting. His hand must be really weird. Yeah, seems like he has a lot of creatures. Seems like he's gonna cast a Blighted Agent. Or at least thought about it. I mean, given that he has a Blighted Agent, we just have to attack. And depending on what he does and how he blocks, we can maybe get rid of his stuff. Oops, become immense on top. That's pretty bad for us. Like, he can hit us for 9 and probably has at least one pump spell somewhere. So I'm gonna try and kill as many of his creatures as I can. Gonna fetch first. So, I think the best way is to just deal 4 to his face and see what he does. I guess killing one of his guys doesn't really make much of a difference. I think killing Hierarch might actually make the most difference because it takes away a mana. Not sure if that was the right call. I mean, if I let the Hierarch live, yeah, now we're dead. I think if we kill the Blighted Agent, we are more likely to live, because then he has 1 Infect guy less, and if he draws a land he can still attack us with 3 guys, pump, and become immense. Let's see if he sees it, but I think killing the Blighted Agent is better in hindsight, because then even if he draws a land, he needs another pump spell to kill us. Oh well. Since he had double pump spell anyway, it doesn't matter. Maybe he at least needed to draw. Oh no, we know he had an end, so didn't make a difference. But I think we still have to kill the Blighted Agent. Our combo kill and Revelry against Spellskite. And I think even pass, just go full on control deck. Cut their Rift Bolts. And I think the Tarkas commands and Vitogenic Growth. And on Eidolon. Eidolon is a bit clunky and can cause us to actually die to regular damage potentially. Okay, that's a pretty solid hand. I'll leave him to 6. Okay. Gonna fetch since 2 lands is fine. Don't want to draw many more extra lands. That's why I'm starting with a fetch land. And he keeps getting lands off of Goblin Guide, and he probably plays less than 20 lands, or at best 20 lands. He's running pretty good. I think I'm not gonna Lightning Bolt the Hierarch because Goblin Guide helps him get enough lands anyway. I'd rather deploy an Eidolon and save the burn spell for an infect creature. Especially given that we have Revelry backup for Spells Guide or Wild Defiance. If we draw a fetch land, we can even Lightning Bolt become immense next turn to kill him if he doesn't block. Just 9, 11. That's not quite enough, depending on whether he casts something or not. But if he doesn't block, he might just die. If he doesn't have a Dispel. He is taking a lot of damage. Goblin Guide. What do we do here best? I think actually that we just play the Goblin Guide. So if we attack, he takes 6, goes to 5, if I bolt he goes to 2, so he basically can not kill us, since this plus Exalted is 9 poison, and if he plays a spell he dies. So with Hierarch 2, 8, also not lethal because we're gonna be on 10. I think bolting his guy first is safer, because he might block with the Hierarch and stuff, and then yeah, in a problematic spot. That's good for us. think I leave one guy back, because he can kill us with becoming mans and regular damage. I think I like leaving Eidolon back here. Leaving Goblin Guide back, because the next spell we're gonna cast is probably becoming mans. And keeping Eidolon in play to deal him damage is better, so jump blocking with a Goblin Guide makes more sense. It's good that he doesn't want to draw the vines, because they can counter our becoming mans. He can, for example, Mutagenic Grows becoming mans just with what he has in play. Well, that doesn't really bother us. That just means he dies next turn. Another becoming mans. That's fine. Can only cast one anyway. Still hope he doesn't have a Vines of Vastwood. That would really suck. Okay, if he blocks like that, that's fine. He loses all his creatures. So the interesting question is, do I have to become immense to kill his guy? I mean, it's very unlikely. That he can kill us, given that the Hierarchs die. But I think there is a possible line. So I'd rather not find out and just pump, since he is pretty low already. So he doesn't have anything and we have 2 Goblin Guides. The game should be over. Yep, that should do it. Don't see what he can have here to not die. Yep, game over. So Rending Volley is actually another option as a one-off, because it kills Blighted Agent. But I think that's a bit too specialized for what our deck is trying to do. I think I'm even like gonna cut one Revelry, because he seems to not have that many targets for it. Might not even run Wild Defiance, which makes 3 Revelries worse. I mean, he has an Exile, but if that Revelry would have been a life spell in that game, would have been a lot safer. That's a pretty good keep, and a pretty solid top deck. Since we can go turn 1 Swift Spear, turn 2 Swift Spear Bolt, and turn 3 Searing Blaze. It's pretty strong. Come on, zero visions. Nope. Didn't want to see an extra 1-drop there. But, oh well. Since we have more green than white cards, stomping ground it is. Alright. Spellskirt would be a pretty big deal here. I knew it. I knew it. Unfortunately he didn't block, but not much we can do about it. At least he's probably gonna take 6 damage. It's interesting which one to target here, because we want to target the one that he wants to protect rather than the one that he doesn't really want or need anyway, because then we bolt something that is not important to him rather than deal him 2 damage. We might actually just die here, depending on his hand. Fetch, become immense, and we're dead. No, he doesn't have it. That's good news for us. Given that he has the Nexus, leaving a blocker back doesn't really make much sense. Since we can't kill him this turn, I think I'll just play Nacatl this turn. Question is, do I want to kill the Spellskite or try and kill the Glistener Elf? I think it probably doesn't matter, I'm just gonna kill the Spellskite. I wonder what he has that he didn't kill us there. I mean, we were tapped out. If he would have had to kill, he could have killed us. He also didn't protect the Spellskite. So it must be like lands and creatures, most likely. Seems like he found something. Yep. That gets us. So we're dead. Yeah, being on the draw against a Noble Hierarch is pretty tough. Okay, that's it. 3-1, pretty good result for 4 matches. I mean, we got a little lucky here and there, and I think that's kind of what you have to get with that deck. But I like the take on the deck more than regular burn, because you have a lot more angles and like a lot more potential to play real games of Magic, and especially with the newly added like mini combo of turn 3 kill, Boros Charm, Become Immense, gives you some surprise factor against non-interactive decks like a lot of the combo decks, or opponents that are tapped out and think they are safe. So yeah, I'll keep playing with the current version and see how good the Become Immenses are. I haven't played that much with them yet, I just added them recently like I said. But yeah, I like it, like the deck is doing fairly well for me on Magic Online when I play with it. Until next time, let me know in the comments if you prefer 3 or 4 matches. Usually like 4 can be too much, usually I tend to do 3, but this time, since the matches were so quick, I added another one. And also let me know if there's like any decks you would like to see me pilot and talk about. Thanks, bye.